Welcome back to Why the Hell Am I Playing This Game? Tiny Bunnies. Um, we're in the house. We just got chased by creatures after going outside and finding a bloody mitten hanging on a branch that belonged to who we think is Boba, a little boy who went missing. We just got back in the house. Mom is finna yell at us because we went outside when she told us not to. What exactly did you understand when I told you to never slam the door? I didn't mean to. See, I was getting chased by some creatures because I disobeyed your orders and went outside and went to the thicket and I found this bloody glove and did some big ass birds and dogs start to chase me. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, a mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring. And with it, the last bit of strength I had left in my body, too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression has changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before, as those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants, because I pissed myself, plastered with snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you? I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. Aww. But Mom regained her composure fast and put her usual face on. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Be honest. Did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? This boy's like in the sixth grade. What? Is that something kids do? I did. My parents smoked, but I have never like snuck a cigarette or anything because I thought they stinked and I hated the smell of cigarettes. But is that a thing that kids do? Like they sneak cigarettes? I know I see it in movies and shit, but I have never like seen that in real life. That's a lie. I have. My next door neighbor, snuck cigarettes, and my mom caught him. Be honest. Did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? I there was someone chasing me. I thought I shuddered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leans toward me and sniffed my clothes like a beast searching for the smell of tobacco. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her uh-oh. Her expression changed in an instant and she covered her. Did she see the beast? Did she see like something wrong? And covered her mouth with her hand. Look over there, at the fence. My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again, and my pursuers were following me into the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch the door, just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger. I gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window, facing my fear. Oh my God. So they really, he really was being chased by Animals? Dogs? I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in the snow through the icy winter pattern on the glass. Dogs? It's a small pack of strays with no name, no owner, barely remaining, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that lived on the edge of the forest. Oh boy, were you scared of them? I thought they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. Laugh at me, man. Dogs are scary. I love dogs. I fucking love dogs. They were chasing me like a bunny. Ah, tiny bunny, Anton, small. Big. Okay, anyway. And what if they're rabbit? Smile has slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if they were first time seeing them. What if they attack Olia? Mom? I wish your dad could just shoot them all. Holy fuck. Don't shoot the doggies, man. Just like shoot them away. Mom, look. They're alive. Huh? What? Are they your friends or foe after all? Make up your mind. I know I was trying to do a voice for her before, but I'm tired. You're not a little kid anymore. Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on a cobwebs ribbon corner. Clear the fucking cobwebs, man. Damn. Well, some detective I am. In reality, I was risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And for what? What use do I have for this? Mitten? Of course. A darkened, sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy. But a squishy sound in my hand. I need to stop yawning so much. Let me take a little sip real quick. Mm. Drinking LaCroix. Seemed like I was clenching to it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom. The fact that a dripping, bloody glove wasn't the first thing she saw is shocking. That's one. Two, that's some awfully wet, fresh blood for it to be out in the snow for at least hours. You know? Mom, look, this is Volva's mitten. That boy the police were asking about in the morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I can show where. Let's call the police right away, like the officer told us to. Mom, look. Ew. A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto my mom's contorted face. And she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tried to remember their dream, but the image slipped away. Stop at this moment. Olia will go insane if she hears you. She's already had trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you're joking around like this? Woman, she's holding a bloody glove. Oh. At that moment, I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow. Well, see, that makes sense. At the moment I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow, there was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. Come here, my boy, who cried Wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. A golden colored pill, remnant of a dead wasp, fell into my palm. I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. I told you to stay home, and you... Dad would have given you a good whooping for that. Come on. Take it, or you won't be able to sleep at night, and you'll have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication, drink it down with similarly awful water that gave off the taste of chlorine. See, this is why I don't drink faucet water. I don't like faucet water. I drink bottled water, which is dumb, buying bottled water. I just don't like the taste of like faucet water. Maybe it wasn't Bova's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters. Damn it, I skipped over something. Am I going mad? Probably, dude. Definitely going mad. What's happening to me? Transforming into a monster. Either the pill has an immediate effect or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Since they already washed over me. Bringing yawns, I know, right? Yawning and different along with it. Anton, you done? Anton, you done? See? You can do it when you try. Swallow the fucking pill. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom. I was just thinking. What about, I wonder? It's just something silly. Like the dead kid mitten I found. Silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes. As if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son or not. Some doppelganger that came from the forest. Is everything alright? You had the exact same expression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. Okay, can we stop with that visual effect? It's like making me dizzy. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. It seems like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric has become discolored. What kind of pill she gave you, man? You go on a freaking acid trip. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer, and yellower. Even the saliva in my mouth had a different taste because you drank chlorine. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Alia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episode and switched to other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes downstairs by the stairs. Stepped before the sink and studied my reflection in the mirror. like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. Jafar's and Iago's voice died down. I walked past Alia's bedroom and slipped into my own. Okay. Oh, hello. Is this Alia? That's Alia. I'm not scared of you, Alia. I see your tootsies. One of the drawers were empty. I had the mitten there. This simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. I sat on the bed. Yeah, you're not gonna get me. I know that's Alia. I saw her feet. And only then I noticed there was someone behind the curtain. My tired head dropped to the sheets. My tired hand, sorry. Whether it was due to the medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The room's corners bent and undo it. The only stable thing in the whole room was a figure between the window sill and the curtains. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor, just like a servant of sorts. Olia? Who else would it be standing there? Duh. I stood up and licked my dry lips, which my lips are actually dry right now. Drink some more water. Yeah, Olia, it's so funny. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, as if there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. Ba-boom, ba-boom. My heart, controlled by medication. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second, I wanted to return to bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtains, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They were looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the hanger when I pulled open the curtain. Surprise, bitch! Anyway. Gotcha! Ugh, had to burp. I knew it was you from the beginning. A blinding bright halo lit up above Olia's head, with the setting sun as the background. My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. Aww. I always retorted, but Dad, she's not some flashlight. But I brought her to the window one day, and sunlight poured out her smiling face. Gross. Can you just visualize that? I felt like I was holding a child woven from light. I saw everything. Oh, really? What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little. Before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to her commanding tone of voice. It's nothing, just... Olia ran up to the table, her eyes rounded, and asked, "You stole something and hid it there. Are you a thief?" What? Don't be stupid. I didn't steal anything. A clear image came to mind, that mitten hanging from the tree branch. What if I did steal it after all? I mean, if the kid's dead, it's not like he's gonna want it back, so. I'm getting cozy in my blanket. Excuse me. From the forest, from tilted figures standing behind black trees. Olia could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted. Then show me. Swear you won't tell anyone. Then I'll show you. Olia wore a plotting smile. I'm gonna tell the world. I swear on Mom's heart. That's fucked up, yo. An oath she heard on one of those movies about the pioneers we've watched. Don't say that, things like that. Olia nodded and made a gesture with her hands, locking her mouth with the imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity that was splashed in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olia leaned in, holding her breath. And it looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter. Is that someone's mitten? She said as if she couldn't understand what she saw. A certain boy lost it. And a certain boy lost it and got lost himself. Now you understand how dangerous it is for kids to wander into the forest, right? He must be really cold out there. Will they find him? They will. The police are going house to I thought that was earlier. The police was going house to house showing his photo to everyone. Olia traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palm against the window. And why are they going to houses and not the forest? Are they scared? The question caught me off guard. The police aren't scared of anything. Yeah, right. Flashed flashed in my clouded mind. Do they really check every nook and cranny where darkness cold and whispers of icy branches dwelled? If that's the case, how did they miss the mitten? That's a good point. Or did it appear later for me? And change the topic. As if trying to get Olia as far away from possible from the forest thicket. We may get rewarded if I go and find a boy by myself. A lot of stuff like fields of wonder. Sounds cool, right? Olia wasn't listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredible adult eyes, uncharacteristic for her. What if the owl got him? Nonsense. The owl won't be able to lift a human. But you know what? I picked my words with utmost care. I forced them out. I forced them out of my overexerted brain. Stay away from the forest. I think it's, how should I put it? It's cursed or something. Just like in a fairy tale? No, not like that. More like in the spooky tape Mom and Dad are hiding from us. Olia shivered and stole a glance at the window. I saw you running away. Someone was chasing you. No, it's just I was hurrying back home so Mom wouldn't be worried. As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing up. She was so fragile. It was so easy to stifle her light. A gust of wind and her small fire would go out. You're lucky. Mom won't let me go outside. I'm like a princess in a tower. Can't go anywhere. I'll die from boredom here. You're wrong. No one has ever died from boredom. And you have me and your cartoons. And Mom and Dad would be good to each other soon. You know what? I will wish for my next birthday. I wish for Mom and Dad to turn into children so we could go play together like we used to. Yeah, and if you make them small as bugs, we could place them into little boxes. Olia giggled and tugged at my sleeve. Tony, let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desires to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy. I'm too tired. I don't want to. Come on. It's so boring alone, and Mom's always busy. We could pick out a cartoon you haven't seen yet before. I know all it takes by heart at this point. Not all of them. You haven't watched Peter Pan. Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it? And so much happened after that. Let's go, let's go. Maybe a bit later. Should I tell you how it ends? Let's leave that for tomorrow. I won't tell you tomorrow. I know. Let's play hide and seek. No, Olia. Then draw me a dino. Olia, please. Draw it. Will you leave me alone already? God damn it. I blurted out without thinking, and I was immediately taken back. I never screamed at my little sister like that. Olia stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, a precursor to tears. I hurried to prevent Olia from crying. All right, you win. I'll go watch cartoons for a bit. I don't wanna. I'll come up to her, put my hand on her soft head. Let's go. Let's go watch Peter Pan. Boo, you'll fall asleep again. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes was wet and felt bottomless. I promise I won't. And I'll draw you a full triceratops later. Hooray! Triceratops. Well, close enough. Olia rubbed her eyes with a sleeve on her pajamas. A shining smile returned to her face. I'll go ask Mom for condensed milk and bread, and you'll rewind the tape, okay? The bread is fresh, just how you like it. All right, just be careful not to spill the milk, or you'll get yelled at again. Wanna bet I won't spill it? The tape is somewhere in the nightstand. Look for it. Olia disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my feet into the neighboring room. All right, that feels like a good place to stop it. Nothing much happened here except, talking with mom, talking with Olia. But I still feel like this is a good point to stop because I don't want the episode to go on too long. And I am feeling tired and I'm starting to get a little dry throat. They tried to get us with an Olia jump scare, but it didn't work because I saw her tootsies. Anyway, we're going to leave the episode off here and we're going to pick this up next time. I guess we're going to go to Olia's room and watch Peter Pan. See you guys in the next one.